Welcome back to the channel. I've got another very cool guitar to demo and review for you here a little bit today. This is the Fender Blackie, which is Eric Clapton's signature Fender Strat. Very cool guitar. Really like the color. I know it's super simple, but it just works really well. Like it's hard to describe, but it's a very good shade of black, like a nice black finish. You can definitely tell just picking this up. It's much better than the same configuration Squire, for instance. And at 10 times the price, it better be. These things retail, I think, right around like $2,600, $2,700. That's a lot of money for a Strat, but hey, they are very cool. Features on this: noiseless pickups. We've got maple fingerboard. It's the only fingerboard that it comes with. They do have, I think, either 2 or 3 other body finishes that they come with. But maple fingerboard, that's what you're gonna get. Fender noiseless pickups, which are kind of their top end, best of the best level pickups. And then you've got a lot of electronics going on underneath that are pretty cool. So you have a tone booster knob, which is this bottom one, which basically rolls in like it's like a mid boost knob. And then you've got on this one, you have 2 knobs in one. So they're stacked up if you take the pickguard off. And so 1 to 5 on this tone knob. On the second tone knob is normal tone knob stuff like any Strat. And then going beyond that, you've got another kind of like weird tone sculpting thing. One of these is presence, one is a mid boost. And I actually can't remember which one is which off the top of my head. But yeah, there you go. Back of the guitar, very cool. Another big feature on these is the neck profile. They call it a soft V. And I believe this is the only model you can get with that. Vintage style tuners where you put the string down the center if you like those. I'm personally just not a huge fan. I don't know, never really liked the look of them. And it's got the vintage square backs as well. Sounds pretty good. I've been playing around on this one a little bit. So this is bridge and middle position just through the Spark 40. On a relatively clean channel, we've got all our knobs up at 10. Just sing the guitar a little more. Up on neck and middle. Of course, a classic position. All the way on the neck. Sounds really cool, really glassy. And this is, again, tone knobs all the way at 10. If we turn down that bottom tone knob, play the same riff. Totally different sound. And we can roll that middle knob back to the 5 position is where it switches from the top or to the bottom or vice versa. Roll it back on, see if you can tell the difference. Honestly, that knob doesn't make a huge amount of difference to me, but that's on the neck pickup. We'll go all the way to the bridge, same thing. So this is with it maxed out. And if we turn it down to that D10, it changes it up on the bass frequencies, I think. Roll it back in. That's where you get a huge amount of difference on that one. We'll put that bottom tone knob all the way back, same thing. A lot of options you can do here, a ton. I'm not gonna go through every single combination with a 5-way switch and 2 tone knobs that are doing 3 total things. You can do that math, but I don't know, what is that, like 270 combinations of tone? And it's even more than that because, you know, you position the knobs where you want. But instead, I kind of figured we'd just sort of play around till we get a tone that we really like and just play like that. So A little bit harsh there, so second position, so bridge and middle. I like that a lot. Let's try just the middle. That's actually, the middle surprises me a bit. Up on middle neck. I like that. That's nice. That, alright, we'll leave it on middle neck. I like that. Now let's fiddle with the knobs. So we turn the bottom knob all the way down. It's too bright and teeny. I like it all the way cranked. It makes it really full and kind of lush. And middle knob, we'll take the top part off. Again, it's hard to tell quite what that difference is. That at all. We'll leave that all the way up. Honestly, it sounds really good to me. I like it. That's just, again, on both tone knobs all the way up, and we're on that middle and neck position combined, classic Strat tones. One interesting thing about this guitar that I'll point out, it ships with a decked bridge, which I think is hilarious. As someone who prefers a decked bridge over a floating bridge, that's awesome, but also at the same point, it's kind of like, just make it a hardtail, right? But that's just a fun little bit. But apparently Clapton played with a decked bridge a lot, which I did not know until I started researching a little bit for this guitar. And I don't think I mentioned it, but I'm pretty sure these are stainless steel frets. Fretwork, of course, immaculate. Absolutely no complaints. My neighbor just started up a lawnmower. I don't know if you can hear that on the camera. But the fretwork, literally, I mean, you're not gonna get better than this. It's like almost a $3,000 guitar. If the fretwork was anything but immaculate, you send it back. This is not a guitar that you accept anything but the best on for this price. But yeah, really, really killer. So made in USA, this is a 2018 model. I'm not sure how long they've been making these, but probably quite some time. This one has seen a fair amount of wear. Surprisingly, the little noiseless graphic on the middle and neck pickup has worn off. I'm not sure how, because you should never really be touching that. So even fingerstyle stuff, you just don't touch it, right? We'll leave the same settings, but go to the other combination position, so bridge neck. I like that. plays like butter, as you would expect. Again, almost a $3,000 instrument. If you pick this up and it doesn't play like butter, put it back. It's not for you. Don't waste your money on, a guitar that you're not going to play a ton and that you're going to really enjoy playing. Some strats, especially, cheap strats, which every company out there on planet Earth has made a cheap strat, they fight you when you play them. They're really hard to play for whatever reason. I've mentioned it a bunch of times before. I get finicky, especially on strats with this scale length on the tension on the first string. And this one feels perfect. I'm not pulling it off the board. There's enough room there. So the board width is perfect for me, for my personal taste. And you can look up what it is exactly. I don't remember. But yeah, no real complaints other than the price. It is so expensive. One upgrade, I might do the modern style string tree on there. But again, you're going for the vintage look, the Eric Clapton look. But I just don't like these old string trees. They're ugly and I don't know. I just don't like them. But you can upgrade that yourself for like $4. It's so cheap. Really nice playing guitar. And then if I had to compare it, so one of my other strats, this is an American Professional 2021. American Professional 2 Seafoam Green, or Mystic Green they call it, Strat. I go with my Strat over the Blackie simply due to price. This is $1,000 more than what you're going to pay for one of these, and on the used market you can find these very, very frequently. The Strats and the Tellys, the Ampro 1s, Ampro 2s, the whatever Lux line they have, which is very comparable. You can find these all over the used market at like $1,200, even though, they retail like $18 or something. These you don't, and they're much rarer, much, much rarer. You're not going to see a Blackie, coming up on the secondary market. I've never seen one come up on the secondary market. This one's just in the shop getting a setup and a new battery and everything. But honestly, I take this one over this one simply due to price. There's not $1,000 worth of difference. You still have top of the line, best of the best Fender electronics in here, 9-way switching. They call it with like S switching or something, I can't remember. But you get the awesome 9-way switching. I'm just partial to Mystic Green. I think it looks great. I even got the matching strap and cable. But there's not $1,000 worth of difference in value between these two instruments. They're both awesome. If Clapton is your thing, and Clapton, I love Clapton, he's great. I've never learned any Clapton stuff, though I probably should have for this review. But if that's your thing, if you like Clapton, get the Blackie. If you don't, or you just want to save about $1,000, just get an American Pro. Same build quality, immaculate fretwork, and a lot more customizable options on the Americans. So, like, obviously, the fingerboard would. These only come in maple and I think 3 colors. These come in a handful of colors, and you can get different options on the fingerboards. So there you have it. Let me know if you've got one of these crazy expensive guitars and what you think of it. And yeah, we will, if I can put this guitar down without dropping it, we will see you in the next one.